You know that moment when karma finally clocks someone who's been begging for it? Now take that feeling, multiply it by 1,000,000, sprinkle in a broccoli haircut, and add a wildly overconfident bodyguard. And boom, you've got the beautifully satisfying downfall of Jack Doherty. Because yes, this guy was just arrested in Miami Beach, and honestly, it might be the most rewarding thing the internet has witnessed all year. We're talking felony charges, resisting arrest, and a mugshot that's going to live rent-free in memes forever. So grab your popcorn, because we're breaking down exactly how Jack went from filming gambling promos to getting booked into Florida's Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center. And trust me, every single detail of this story is absolute cinema. So let's rewind. Jack was in Miami Beach, because of course he was. Miami is basically the final boss arena for influencers who think rules are optional. And what was he doing there? According to police reports and the footage now plastered all over social media, Jack was filming a gambling promotion for Steak, right in the middle of a busy street. Yes, you heard that right. This man was standing in an active roadway, blocking traffic, recording a gambling ad, because apparently sidewalks weren't dramatic enough for Jack Daugherty. Police arrived and repeatedly instructed him to move out of the street and onto the sidewalk. A simple request, bare minimum behavior. Any normal human would say, "Oh, sorry, officer," and step aside. But Jack doesn't live in the same reality as the rest of us. In his mind, he's untouchable. He's got millions of followers, so the laws must not apply to him. And the footage is unreal. You can literally hear the cops telling him to move, while Jack just stands there, probably thinking this would turn into a viral moment. Meanwhile, his bodyguard, who at this point deserves the title of emotional support clown, is hovering nearby saying, I got him, like he's about to square up with the Miami Police Department. Bro, relax. You're not Secret Service. You're guarding a guy famous for bottle flips. And then it gets even better. When the officers finally decided they'd had enough and moved to arrest Jack, he didn't exactly go quietly. He resisted, not in a dramatic brawl, but just enough to earn himself an extra resisting arrest charge. Because why stop at one bad decision when you can speedrun the worst possible outcome? One of the officers even said it straight to his face. All he had to do was step onto the sidewalk. That's it. But Jack wanted content. He wanted attention. And congratulations, now he's got it. Just not the kind he was hoping for. Even during the arrest footage, you can hear the bodyguard muttering, "Everything's gotta be some goddamn content." When your own security is calling you out, that's how you know you've officially become a walking problem. But wait, it doesn't stop there. During the search, police found amphetamines and marijuana on Jack. The weed? Less than 20 grams. Honestly, not shocking and relatively minor. But the amphetamines? That's where things get serious. Here's the deal. If you have a valid prescription and your medication is in the proper container with your name on it, police won't charge you. The fact that Jack was arrested for it strongly suggests either he didn't have a prescription at all or the pills weren't prescribed to him, both of which are major problems under Florida law. And suddenly, this lines up perfectly with what his ex-girlfriend McKinley previously exposed on a podcast. She claimed Jack was abusing Adderall, barely eating, constantly wired, and acting more erratic by the day. According to her, he was blowing through prescriptions way too fast and allegedly buying more illegally. Now, take that with a grain of salt. She's not exactly innocent either. But the puzzle pieces are lining up a little too cleanly. So here we are. Jack Doherty arrested for possession of a controlled substance. And no, this isn't a tiny slap-on-the-wrist situation. Let's talk consequences. The marijuana charge is a misdemeanor, up to 1 year in jail, a $1,000 fine, and a suspended driver's license. Resisting arrest without violence? Another misdemeanor, another potential year behind bars. But the real bombshell is the amphetamine charge. Adderall is classified as a Schedule II controlled substance. Possessing it without a valid prescription in Florida is a third-degree felony. Even trace amounts can trigger that charge, and that alone carries up to 5 years in prison. So technically, if prosecutors wanted to stack everything, Jack could be facing up to 7 years. Suddenly, standing in the middle of the street for content doesn't seem worth it. Now, will he actually serve 7 years? Realistically, probably not. He's likely a first-time offender, so he'll most likely get probation, community service, and a pile of fines. But the fact that he's even here is insane. These aren't internet beefs. These are real criminal charges that don't disappear when the algorithm moves on. And when the body cam footage drops, because Florida releases that stuff fast, it's going to be everywhere. The mugshot alone is already legendary. Jack standing there with that signature broccoli haircut, looking like he just learned that actions have consequences. His bail was reportedly set at $3,500, which is pocket change for someone who claims to be rich. But early reports said he hadn't even posted bail yet. So either the money isn't there, or his team is panicking and trying to manage the PR disaster before letting him out. And the timing of all this? Chef's kiss. Just days before the arrest, Jack was interviewed by someone who straight up confronted him about his image and self-destruction for money. When asked if he thought his soul was gone, Jack couldn't even give a real answer. He rambled about parents still loving him and not needing to please the world. Fast forward less than a week, and he's being arrested in the same city. Now let's talk about the bodyguard again, because he's become a meme in his own right. This guy enables everything. He stands there while Jack harasses people, steps in when things escalate, and helps create the exact content that just landed his client in jail. But let's be real, this arrest is the moment the internet has been waiting for. Not out of cruelty, but because Jack represents everything broken about influencer culture. Entitlement, zero accountability, and the belief that clout makes you immune to consequences. He's been escalating for months, treating real life like a GTA server and real people like NPCs. This is the same guy who got kicked out of TwitchCon for sneaking in, the same guy accused of crypto scams with blockchain receipts, the same guy whose ex claimed he tracked her using an AirTag hidden in a Birkin bag. The warning signs were everywhere. Everyone saw this coming except Jack and his yes-man bodyguard. So what happens next? Whether he likes it or not, this is a turning point. You don't just bounce back from getting arrested in Miami without serious reflection and change. This isn't YouTube drama. This is the legal system, and it doesn't care about your subscriber count. But knowing Jack, he'll probably try to monetize this with a video titled, "I spent 24 hours in jail, gone wrong," because to him, everything is content, even his own downfall. The difference now is that the content might cost him his freedom. So if there's a lesson here, it's simple. Treat people with respect, follow basic laws, and maybe don't stand in the middle of a Miami street filming gambling ads while carrying illegal substances. It's a low bar, but apparently one Jack Doherty couldn't clear. And with that, Christmas came early for the rest of us, delivered in the form of a mugshot featuring a very familiar broccoli haircut. Let me know in the comments if you think Jack Daugherty finally got what was coming to him, and I'll see you in the next video.